Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, dear brothers and sisters, to a new Voice of Salaam episode. In the previous episode, we talked about the beginning of Salam together with one of the founders, 𝗳𝘂𝗵𝗶𝗹. So if you haven't listened to that one yet, I would recommend you to go back, because in this episode, we're going to continue in this timeline. And I hope that at the end of the video, you will know more about what we have done in the past couple of months, but most important of all, what we are planning to do in the upcoming weeks. So if you're curious, just continue with listening. For this, I have invited the event manager, Souhaila, my favorite board member. Thank you for being here with us.
Assalamu alaikum 𝗦𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗹. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I didn't ask you, how did the exams go actually?
Let's change subject.
Okay. I will change the subject. You can tell us a little bit more, right, about, you can give us some sneak peeks, right, about the upcoming events. Is that possible? Is that okay?
I will give you a sneak
peek.
Okay,
inshallah. Nice, alhamdulillah. So this year has been quite different. We had to organize a lot of events online. So really had to make an online switch, like a switch to the online world. And I can imagine that especially for you, being the event manager, it was quite difficult to be flexible at the start. But we're going to talk about that, inshallah. And first of all, I think it's best to know more about you. So can you give us a little bit more information about you?
Now, I am Souhaila. I am 22 years old. I am in my second year of the teacher training to become a teacher in physics and chemistry. I am raised and born in Eindhoven, and that is, I think, the most interesting to know about me.
So you decided to, you're doing right now a teacher training, right, in physics?
Yes.
But how did you eventually go there? Because first you were planning to do something else, right? Can you give us a little bit?
Studied.
Yeah.
I studied for a half a year, the 6 months at the TU. I did biomedical engineering. You know the study?
Yeah, of course.
But that was not for me. Mm-hmm. I wasn't at my place, and I didn't love it or liked it, so I chose to change my study.
Mm-hmm. And I can imagine, because you first did HAVO, then you did VWO, right?
Yes.
Yes. I can imagine that it would, like, if you do HAVO and then VWO, your vision is to finish university, of course. Wasn't that like a drawback for you when going back to HBO?
No, I think I have learned a lot at when I did VWO, and also when I studied at university. And everything I learned, I think, makes me a better teacher than when I went from HAVO straight to HBO.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, you're right. You have learned a lot during those years, and you also learn that sometimes things do not happen the way you want it to happen. And
yes.
Yeah, most of us have to learn that in a certain way. So, how is your study right now? Do you like it? I think it's your passion, or is it not?
I think it is really my passion. A lot of people always tell me that they really see a teacher in me, and that they understand why I'm studying there. Mm-hmm. You know me this big, maybe you can say something about it. But no, I really love it. The study this year, not particularly, but my internships and teach people, that is something I really love.
Yeah, because what was the reason that you eventually decided to do a teacher training? Because first you wanted to be an engineer, then you decided to become a teacher, and becoming a teacher, choosing to become a teacher, what is the underlying thoughts?
I always wanted to become a teacher. When I was in primary school, I always said I want to become a primary school teacher. And when I went to secondary school, I changed that to becoming a teacher in a specific subject.
Mm-hmm.
And when I studied at the university, when I was looking for what I wanted to study, I always kept in my mind that I want to become a teacher. So when I chose to study biomedical engineering, I knew that it was possible for me to become a teacher.
True. You can do a teacher trajectory
Yes.
at university too. Ma Sha Allah. But being a teacher, before you need to think about, okay, do I have the qualities, the qualifications to become a teacher? Because for me, if I look at myself, I think that I would be too nice for the students. You have to be like nice, but at the same time strict too, right?
Yes, my students always tell me that I am too nice for them, that I have to be tougher on them.
That's
so
difficult.
I really like that, because at home they say you students really have a hard time with you because I am so tough.
No, but no, that's not the case. But you're from the students itself. You hear a different opinion, and yeah. So Souhaila, you're also doing internships.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Did you already do it in the first year or also in the second year?
6 months in my first year, so 2 periods, and now I'm in my second year, and in November I started, and and my internship will end with the end of the school year.
Okay, how is it for you? Because are you teaching in an Islamic high school or just in a regular
in a
high school?
regular school. This one is with a Catholic, so like
I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Catholic base fundament, but you are not seeing a lot of it. So it is like,
Okay.
I think, a normal Dutch school.
Mm-hmm. How is it for you to teach? Because you're looking Islamically too.
Yeah.
You can see directly that you're Islamic, that you're an Islamic, that you're a Muslim. How is it to teach, to be a teacher with an Islamic identity?
I really like this question, or not really liked it, but I think most of the people are more interested in that question than me, because I think I never was afraid to become a teacher with an Islamic identity. So I don't think that schools will be really hard on you if you're having an Islamic identity.
Mm-hmm. But do you feel that you're not feeling that students are treating you different or something? That's not the case,
No.
right?
No.
No, Alhamdulillah. Because I think too, you're right. If you just communicate, but you're also strict and showing like these are my Islamic principles, I want to stick to that, and you communicate that to them, they will respect you too, and they will even give you more space.
Exactly.
so you can make sure that, for example, prayer. How do you do it with prayer? Do you have a special place for that? Is it possible to pray there, or
when I had my first interview with the school I'm now doing my internship, I asked them about if it was possible to pray, and I was the first person there ever who prayed in like the teacher and she really investigated, sounds so really yeah, but she asked for me about it, and they have a room, it is for the teachers to work there, but there is no one there actually, so I can pray there whenever it is time.
So it was not hard
No.
for you to get that space.
No.
Alhamdulillah. The communication.
Yes.
It's all about communication. And also the way you dress, because you're wearing a khamar.
Yes.
Were there places that did not accept you in history?
No, and I have to say that I am not saw a lot of schools or attend or asked.
If you could do your internship there.
The school when I'm now doing my internship was the second school I asked for this year's internship, and they immediately said yes, and we did the interviews. We did the interviews online, and she immediately saw that I was wearing hijab, and it wasn't a problem for her.
I think that most of the time it's the fear we have. We don't even go there, and we directly think like, oh, maybe they don't accept me, maybe this, maybe that, or so you know what, I'm gonna adapt myself, or I will change this, or I'll change that. But
and I understand
most of the time,
because normally you only hear the negative stories. The negative stories we immediately share. But the positive stories, we mostly keep it to ourselves. So the negative stories will dominate.
I think it's time to share these positive messages so that those who are struggling to wear their hijab, for example, at their work, or want to pray at their work, so that they are more convinced to communicate that to their employers. Because subhanAllah, maybe I can share this story too. I was once going to my work, and I was thinking like, you know what, I'm going like the way I normally am, like the way 𝗵𝗔𝗵𝗶 is. And I remembered someone saying to me on my way to my work, like, are you going to your work or are you going to the mosque? And I was like, oh, what did I do? So I thought, you know what, I'm just going. It was a kind of a test. And subhanAllah, my manager, she opened the door. She looked at me and she said, you're looking nice today. And I was, for 10 seconds, I was looking at her like, okay, I didn't expect that kind of reaction.
And I think in two ways a story. Because the fear is there. We can't deny the fear, and we also know why the fear is there. But I always tell people, try. You can try, and if it is your maktab, you will get it. And if not, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a much bigger plan, a much better plan.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So message is share as much as possible, also the positive stories.
Exactly.
Not only the negative stories. So Souhaila, in your first year of first half year of studying at the University of Technology, that was the moment when you came into contact with Salam, or was it before?
Before, actually. I knew Salam when I was in secondary school, high school, but I was never coming to events because I thought that was only for students and not for high schoolers. But then Salam organized exam trainingen for the big events to finish high school, and that is when I came really in contact with Salam and with you. So
I met you indeed.
That year I passed my exams, so I really finished high school. But I also learned a lot of nice people from Salam.
During your half year of studying at university.
Yeah, but also before, so like the exam training.
Mm-hmm. And that was also the moment that you decided, let's be a little bit more active at Salam.
The board members always asked me for help because I lived in Eindhoven, and I was one of the few people who lived really in Eindhoven. So I really knew Eindhoven and what you can do in Eindhoven. And so they always asked me because it was for me really easy to help because I could stay at late, etc. And that's, I think, the moment that that I really become active within Salam. And I really wanted to mean something for the Ummah. And I thought Salam is a really nice way to do so.
Yeah, especially as a student.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So this school year, this academic year, you decided to become the event manager, because you were always active at the events, always being a volunteer. Is that the reason you decided to become the event manager, or?
I wanted to become a board member. That was very clear for me. And because I'm not a TE student, there wasn't a lot possible for me because I couldn't be the chair of secretary. I have nothing with PR and nothing with treasury, so there was only one possible.
One position left. Yeah, but it also you attended actually most of the events of Salam, so.
Yeah, I knew what it was
nice
to help with events.
Yeah, so I think we all, when we started this academic year, we hoped that COVID-19 would finish soon, but we're still in it. We're in a lockdown right now. We're in a lockdown, right? Yes. Are we in a lockdown?
Yes, we are right now.
Is this called a lockdown?
We are still in lockdown.
Okay. Yeah. So most of the events we had to organize it online. How was the switch to the online world? Because you had to be really flexible.
I think what really helped us was that we are with a new team, so not a lot of people had experience, so it was to organize physical events. So for us, it was really normal to organize online, and organizing online has its benefits. Like you don't have to organize a lot, like finding a place to host your events. When will you do the events, and is it possible for the speaker to come to Eindhoven, because now he can do it from home. So no, I am really proud of my team because we really had we organized a lot of events. I think.
What kind of events did we organize in the past couple of months? Maybe you can go more in depth.
We started this year with 𝗦𝗫 Salaam. Was a new idea to tell people who Salam is, where we stand for, what our mission and vision are. That was the only physical big event we hosted this year. Inshallah, we will host another big physical event at the end of this academic year if COVID allows it.
Inshallah.
And the Boys and Ladies Eve we have each year, we continue that. And what did we do? We had an event, the Vital Muslim, where we had a speaker who talked about vitality and productivity in the life of a Muslim.
And we had the Tajweed course.
And we had the Tajweed lesson.
One of our highlights.
Yes, we had the Tajweed lesson. 11 weeks, right? Yeah.
Yes, Ma Sha Allah,
11 weeks.
And,
yeah.
Yes, that was, I think, also one of the highlights of the past
I didn't attend it myself, so it's really slipped a little bit of my mind, but you attended it. So yeah.
Nee, inshallah, that's not a problem. But you're the event manager, though. You have to know it.
Forgive me.
Yeah. No, just kidding. What are we planning to do in the upcoming weeks?
Something I am...
Because we have a lot on our agenda.
Something I am really proud of, and I think that's my teacher's heart, is we are organizing an information market of where high schoolers can talk with people from different studies at different schools, because we of Salam are not only for the TE but also for other students in the Netherlands. So we have, Ma Sha Allah, a really various member base, and I thought we can use them. So that is something we will plan at the end of this month, February. There are coming 3 Arabic courses, 2 for reading and 1 for understanding and grammatic, inshallah. Inshallah, we can host an event for the Ramadan. And that is, I think, the most certain things that will come, inshallah. And Ladies and Boys Eve, but we have to look. We know the first one is going to be online, but we hope we also can organize something offline.
Yeah, what I'm really happy to see that the Islamic associations, also here in the Netherlands, were not only focused on those one-time big events where you invite a well-known speaker and making a nice flyer and having a popular topic, a nice room, but we're also more focused on courses, Islamic courses, for example, the Tajweed courses, for example, the Arabic courses, really educational courses that discuss actually basic Islamic knowledge that we need to have. And I'm happy that the Islamic students that are active in the associations are also focusing on that.
Yeah, but
and are seeing the importance of it.
Something or members want to of what Willy is living with Islamic students, because you can, I think, get lessons at a lot of places, but a student association always looks at what is possible for a student. So I think that is like
Exactly.
a difference between how a student association organized it and what a not student association organized.
Yeah, because I can imagine that sometimes if another organization makes these kind of courses possible, you see that you need to attend a lot of hours during the week, or it's in the morning, or when we have school, or you have to pay a lot for it. And many students, we can't afford that. But however, these things are basic Islamic knowledge that we need in order to seek more knowledge. Especially Islamic students at the university at 𝗳𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗹, we want to seek knowledge, but you have to start at the basic, and that's why these students are willing to attend these kind of events. So for those who are listening, if you're curious, if you want to be the first ones who will attend the event, I recommend you to follow us on our social media, on our Instagram page, Facebook, website, and
Our new beautiful website. Ma Sha
our new
Allah.
beautiful website, Ma Sha Allah. Yes, true. So, Souhaila, how did Salam contribute to your Islamic and personal development?
The past couple of months of the past years.
Let's focus on the past couple of months. Being a board member.
A lot, because when you organize events, you have to know who you invite, because you are really responsible for the for what a speaker is saying. Like for instance, if he says something what is not Islamic correct, and people are elaborating on that and are practicing that specific thing that the speaker said, is your responsibility. So you have to know what is correct and what's not correct. So you are continually trying to seek knowledge and correct knowledge.
And did you also grow personally? It's different, however, because in the past couple of months we had to do everything from home. You don't see your fellow brothers and sisters. Yeah, for us, then our sisters, we don't see them that often as we used to do. But did you still see that there's like a certain personal growth in the past couple of months?
And definitely, something was really bothering me the past years, and especially last year, was that I was really perfectionistic. So, and you also said it, I have really let that go. I'm still a little bit of perfectionistic, but not so much as I used to be.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So that's
You're learning
something I am
to let
really
things
glad
go.
that I developed. And when you work close with people, and we as board, even that we don't see each other a lot, I see you a lot. I really see you a lot.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. That's true.
The rest of the board members I don't see a lot. But you learn to work with them, and you still work really close to them, and there are different opinions. So also that's a growth for me, something I grow in, because if I look back at past year and my study, I really hated it when people didn't work as much as I did, or weren't if perfectionists like me. and now you work with a lot of people, and I'm not saying that the other board members are not doing something, but they do, but on their own way.
They do. We all do.
Yeah,
we all
we work really hard, Ma Sha Allah. But everyone is working on his own way, and I know that past year that was really something what could irritate me, but now it is something I let go. I think I now let a lot go, where first, and you can admit it, I was something who not easily let go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see a real development in that in the past couple of months. I already told you yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, or not yesterday, the day before. But yeah, that's our coming back to the board. Yeah, the thing also is that at Salam we don't waste our time by talking too much and having a lot of discussions. We communicate, but our focus is on like executing that particular action.
Yes.
And that's our workflow. Like give opinions, okay, make a decision, and let's focus on doing that particular thing. And that's, I think, the reason why we have achieved a lot of things, Alhamdulillah.
And I also think we have eventually the same goal. We wanted to become active within Salam with the same goal and with the same things in mind. So we know eventually that what we want to achieve is for all of us the same. So we know which way we will take. It will lead us to the achievement each one of us will achieve.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Souhaila, for for giving us some sneak peeks about the upcoming months, for telling us how it has been the past couple of months with COVID. I hope, inshallah, that COVID will disappear soon, so that we can organize the events on campus and strengthen the sisterhood and the brotherhood. Inshallah.
I have one last question for you.
Oh, you have a question for me? Okay.
When are we doing your Voice of Salaam episode?
My Voice of Salaam?
Yes.
It's weird if the host, I don't know, I'm not sure. I prefer to be on the background. We shall see, inshallah. We shall see. Do you have a last certain advice for the members? Maybe advice from a teacher perspective?
How do you mean?
I'm not sure, like certain advice for the members, like we did in the last episode, that you want to share, whether it's about life, whether it's study, or combination of study and seeking knowledge.
No, what I really want to tell people is become a teacher. It's really fun. You get paid to bully people. So that is like one of the reasons. No, my advice is it always will come around. Whatever you are dealing with at this moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a bigger plan for you, and He will give it to you if it is good for you, or give you something better. So always remember that eventually it will be okay. When I was in secondary school, if you told me that I will fail in class and that I had to repeat the class, that class, I would say you that it will be really hard on me, and that my world will falling apart, because to succeed on school was for me really important. But Alhamdulillah, because it made me a stronger, better person. So I am really thankful to Allah that this was His plan for me.
That's always, we only see that afterwards. when things eventually happen, then you understand, oh, that's why this and this and that happened, and if this and this and this did not happen at that time, I wouldn't be at the place I'm in right now.
Yeah.
So,
but that is,
especially
I think,
in these.
That's, I think, the most important message I will give. When you have something you don't like, in like an experience you don't like, or something you think you failed, or that you are in failure, look back and look at the things you have learned from it.
MashaAllah, great advice. Great advice. May Allah reward you. Souhaila, thank you for being here with us today. For the listeners, don't forget to like this episode, leave a comment, and we will see you next time, inshallah.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Assalamu